Why hello everyone, I'm Steven from Tostemac and it's time for another autism vlog. Have you ever had a moment in your life where you're trying to have a conversation with someone but it doesn't look like they're paying attention to you? Maybe they're reading a book or texting on their phone or eating and drinking or somewhere along those lines. Odds are we've all had that experience at least once or twice. And whenever we're trying to have a conversation with someone and they're not making eye contact with us, we often feel hurt, disrespected, like we're not important enough apparently. It is a known social norm that when you're trying to have a conversation with someone, you're supposed to make eye contact with them, either person or persons, depending on how many are in the discussion. And from a neurotypical's perspective, when you don't make eye contact, it's considered disrespectful or rude. But when it comes to an autistic, it's a bit more complicated than that. So that's why today's topic is going to be about eye contact. Or more specifically, why do autistics have such difficulties with eye contact? But before we get into that question, let's answer this one first. Why is eye contact so important in the first place? Because I know some of you may be thinking, but Steven, I have working ears that work just fine. Why do I need to make eye contact with the person? Like, why can't I just listen to the person with my ears and text on my phone in order to multitask? Well, there's two reasons as to why. Number one, as stated before, it is a social norm. It's what's expected of you in the outside world. Like, it's more of a body language thing, a nonverbal communication skill that lets the other person know, hey, I acknowledge that you're there, I'm listening to you, and I'm interested in what you have to say. Now, the second reason as to why eye contact is important is more of function than anything else. You may or may not realize it, but your eyes serve as the ringleaders for all five of the senses you have: seeing, tasting, smelling, feeling, and touching. Wherever your eyes are focused on, odds are your other four senses are going to be following that too. Like if you're near a soup and you're looking at it, your nose may catch the aroma and the scent of it. Whereas if music's playing and you're looking at the source of the music, your ears will catch on to that a bit more. So wherever your eyes are focusing, that's where your other four senses are gonna go. What do I mean by that? Well, allow me to illustrate it for you. Let's take a look at an example where I'm having a conversation with Thomas and I maintain eye contact.
Alright, so for what we're talking about here, I'm sure you're familiar with the pretzel motion, but in order to perform Geese's probably his best corner combo, you're going to need to be able to perform that pretzel about 3 consecutive times, and a lot of the time it's going to rely on getting a wall slam in the middle of it, because the fact that if you don't get that wall slam, there is a chance that they can jump, reset, and if they've got a really fast overhead, that damage is going right back to you. That's going to be a very heavy cross-up.
And you gotta make sure the timing's perfect, otherwise it's gonna be all messed up, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's going from you giving a full bar of health to the enemy, to you taking a full health bar from probably another Geese or an Eeyore.
Alrighty, good to know. Now let's take a look at the exact same situation, but except I don't make eye contact with Thomas.
Are you listening? Hold on. Are you listening? Listen!
Oh, right. You were saying something about, something dark side?
Oh, you dummy. It's called listening, you dunce.
What? Notice anything different? Allow me to explain what's happening. In situation A, I'm having the conversation with Thomas and maintaining eye contact with him. By the simple act of maintaining eye contact, I'm paying attention to what Thomas is saying, every single word, and understand what he's talking about. That way I can contribute more to the conversation. Whereas with example B, I'm more focused on my phone rather than listening to Thomas. Yes, I still hear Thomas, but because I'm not focused on him, I'm more focused on the phone, I'm not able to understand every single thing that Thomas says, and I end up missing a few critical details. Yes, Thomas is my little brother, and yes, he can be annoying sometimes, but if I really need to pay attention to him, I have to make eye contact with him in order to fully understand what he's talking about. And then immediately dismiss him afterwards. Look, if you had a brother as annoying as Thomas, you'd do the same thing too. Don't you deny it! Now that we've talked about the importance of eye contact, let's talk about the big question here. Why is it difficult for autistics to maintain eye contact? Well, do you recall in the previous autism vlog that I did where I was talking about stimulation and how the environment can stimulate the brain? There are two different types of stimulations that you can get in the outside world. Number one is environmental stimulation. This is basically anything and everything that goes on in the background or your surroundings that can catch your attention and cause stimulations in the brain. Now the second one is focused stimulation. This is more self-induced than the environmental one. When you have to focus on an object or a person, you're using concentration and energy just to look at the point in question. Like for example, I'm trying to look at the camera lens right now instead of the preview screen to the right. And while it may be natural for neurotypicals to maintain eye contact, for an autistic, it's a different story. They end up using a bit more energy and concentration to maintain eye contact, and this in turn can cause stimulation in the brain. And as we already know, too much stimulation in the brain can cause stress and anxiety, and soon the person in question will end up losing focus rather than maintaining it. To further illustrate what I'm talking about, I want to play a little game with you. It's called Pay Attention to the Cookie. Now, when I say go, you're going to be focusing on maintaining eye contact with the cookie and nothing else. Ready? And go. Do not focus on me. Do not focus on the background. Do not focus on anything else that's going on in the video right now. Just the cookie. Nothing else except the cookie. And we're done. So, how long did you maintain eye contact with the cookie? Let us know in the comments down below. I'm curious to see how long your eye contact lasted. So, let's do a quick overview, shall we? The reason why eye contact is important is because it is a social norm and it serves as a function for your 5 senses. And the reason why autistics may have difficulties with eye contact is more of stimulation than anything else, whether it be environmental or focused stimulation. So what would I recommend in order to improve eye contact? Honestly, just practice. Practice, practice, practice. Working on maintaining eye contact is the equivalent of working on your muscles during exercises. It's only going to get better the more you use it. So, what I recommend is take some time out of your day, look into a mirror, and maintain eye contact with yourself for as long as you can. If you can do it for an average of 10 to 15 seconds, great. If you find that your eyes are beginning to wander, try to focus on areas around the eyes. Maybe focus on the eyebrows, maybe focus on the forehead, the nose, or the cheeks. Anywhere around this area is where you want to focus your eyes on. You do not want to focus your eyes on what's behind or around the person, nor do you want to focus on the chest area because some people may find that disrespectful and can get pretty mad at you. So, once you finish practicing in the mirror a few times, it's time to practice on actual people. I would recommend friends and family who understand your situation. Sit down with them, try to have conversations with them, and practice maintaining eye contact. If you keep doing this practice with a mirror and friends and family, you'll be ready to make eye contact with the people in the real world in no time. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and end the vlog here. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. If you like what you saw, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay up to date on the latest vlogs. Also, what's your experience with eye contact? Do you find it easy or hard? Let us know in the comments below. Let's start a conversation. And with that, yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and until the next video, see you later.